Croatia has advanced to the World Cup semi-finals after eliminating tournament favourites Brazil in a thrilling penalty shootout on Friday. Croatia had a perfect showing of the shootout, going 4 for 4 while goalkeeper Dominiki Livakovic made a save on Brazil's first attempt made by forward Rodrigo. Croatia's Dominik Livakovic and teammates celebrate qualifying for the semi-finals as Brazil's Marquinhos look dejected after being eliminated from the World Cups during FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 quarterfinals match between Croatia and Brazil at Education City Stadium on December 9, 2022 in Al Rayyan, Qatar. The match ended in 0-0 draw by the end of the regulation time, but Brazilian superstar Neymar would score his 77th goal for his country in the first half of extra time, seemingly crushing Croatia's chances of advancing of the semi-finals for the first time since 2014, when they hosted the tournament. Croatia has repeatedly taken the long way to reach the finals. In this tournament, they defeated Japan in the round of 16 to advance to Friday match, and 5 of the last week World Cup matches have gone into extra time. US says Iran now Russia's top military backer. Russia and Iran's relationship has warmed to a fully fledged defense partnership, the US has said. Russia is giving an unprecedented level of military support, said US National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby. The US has seen reports that the two countries are considering joint production of lethal drones, he added. Australia has announced it's sanctioning 3 Iranians and 1 Iranian business for supplying Russia with drones to use against Ukraine. Cooperation between Russia and Iran has been highlighted recently, with Ukraine accusing Russia of using Iranian drones in its attacks. After initially denying sending any drones to Russia, the Middle Eastern country later admitted it had supplied some before the invasion of Ukraine. Mr. Kibri said that the partnership between Iran and Russia to produce drones would be harmful to Ukraine, Iran's neighbors, and international community. Russia is seeking to collaborate with Iran in areas like weapons development, training, he said, adding that the US fears that Russia intends to provide Iran with advanced military components, including helicopters and air defense systems. Iran has Russia's top military backer, he said. Russia has been using Iranian drones to strike energy infrastructure, depriving millions of Ukrainians of power, heat, critical services. People in Ukraine today are actually dying as a result of Iran's action. In response to Mr. Kibri comments, UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly said that Iran had become one of Russia's main military supporters and that the relationship between them was threatening global security. The sordid deals between the two countries have seen Iran send hundreds of drones to Russia, he said. In return, Russia is offering military and technical supports to the Iranian regime, which will increase the risk it poses to our partners in Middle East and international security, he added. He said that the UK agreed with the US that Iranian support for the Russian military would grow in the coming months as Russia tried to get hold of more weapons, including hundreds of ballistic missiles. Ukraine accused Iran for supplying Russia with kamikaze drones used in a series of attacks which killed at least 8 people on 17 October. After denying this, Iran later admitted sending a limited number of drones to Russia many months before the war in Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said this was a lie and that Ukraine was shooting down about 10 Iranian drones a day. On Saturday, Penny Wong, Australian Foreign Minister, said in a statement, the supply of drones to Russia is evidence of the role Iran plays in establishing global security. The listing highlights that those provide materials support to Russia will face consequences. She also announced measures for 19 other people and 2 entities, including Iran's morality police, for the brutal treatment of anti-government protesters following the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini in custody earlier this year. Russia has turned the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut into burnt ruins, President Zelensky says. Following months of deadly fighting in the eastern Donbas region, the United Nations says Belarus will allow the transit of Ukrainian grain through its territory for export from Lithuanian ports.